Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm Ray Hurd, voice actor here with my man Tim, and he's got some questions for me. He wants me to answer, and so I don't know if it's a chokehold I'm in quite, but, we'll see. And of course, I'm pretty good at breaking out of these things, so we'll find out what Tim's really got for me. When signing autographs, what quotes or what quote do fans ask for the most? The quotes that fans ask for the most, and Kizaru being, the primary. Well, I say one of my primary fan favorites. They usually ask for the "speed is weight" quote, which I have a double, two ways to say it. I thought I was saying it the wrong way for a long time, and it wasn't. It was, I think the manga, I believe, says it with a question, and it's "speed is weight." Observe. Have you ever been kicked at the speed of light? And then, of course, you have the way I say it in the show, which is "speed is weight." Observe. This is what it feels like to be kicked at the speed of light. So, there they go. What was your exposure to Dragon Ball before you were cast as Top in Dragon Ball Super? Oh man, I had the full exposure. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan growing up, and it was huge. And then I was one of the unfortunate few that saw it when it first hit America, and in English, and afterwards. And when I say unfortunate, I mean not that it came, but that it came. It was so cool, and then suddenly disappeared. So we get through the Saiyan saga. Then all of a sudden, if he's fighting Frieza, it's just like it was skipping episodes and stuff. I didn't know what was going on, and then suddenly we're no longer watching the show. It's off TV. And so I had to watch it. Unfortunately for me and those like me at that time, we had to get imports. Well, I was, able to find a way to get imports from Japan. Had those imports come in, they were all in subtitles, which were really bad. And, it was just, so that whole subtitles are the best way to go thing. Like, I get it for people who are trying to watch ahead. We're trying to see stuff and see what's going on and don't want to wait, or tired of waiting for the dub stuff. I get that because that's what I went through. But then I always watch it in dub as soon as it comes out, simply because a lot of the subtitles were really bad. And even now, they don't always translate. I mean, even with the professionalism that's put into it, which I respect, but a lot of it doesn't really translate properly because, or culturally, in a way that we could receive culturally better. So anyway, long answer long. Yeah, that's yes. I was a big into Dragon Ball Super Z rather way before. So like from maybe 1994 up. So yeah, and that's when it landed in America first. So then we had to wait 5 years for Toonami to catch up. So on to the next one. Is there more pressure recording lines for your characters in popular franchises like Dragon Ball and One Piece? More pressure? No, because once the voice is established and I know what I'm doing, generally, if for some reason I'm doing something else that took me away from the character or understanding or remembering how I played the character, particularly, once I get that, they have what's called a vocal reference that they'll play for us, so we can always ask for, and some directors just know to do it, and they'll play it, and then I'm back in the game, and then once I start doing the voice again, I'm already familiar with the character and know the character. Like for Kizaru, for example, I've been playing it for 12, going on 13 years. I'm very familiar with the character. So yeah, and Top, I use Top's voice often in conventions and things of that nature. So yeah, it's never a problem. So you guys are getting long answers, and I'm hopefully not bad on that. How do you keep your voice strong and consistent during long recording sessions or intense battle scenes? The way I found this best for me is to do the talking lines first. If you have any screaming or yelling lines that you're gonna have to do, the talking lines are the best, and then afterwards save your screaming and whatnot for later, for the end of the session, if you can, next session. That way you can get through all of the lines that you need to without creating any damage to your voice at all. Which, when you get really good at this and do this for a while, you can avoid damaging your voice altogether in most cases. There are some cases where it's kind of It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable to strain your voice, but honestly, you should never leave a voice session where you have damaged your voice. In the old days of this business, that was a badge. You considered that like a badge of honor, you know, to come out completely hoarse. But that was before we knew better. So since then, we've had to be more like pro athletes, you know, where we take inventory, you know, of making sure that we're doing everything we can to preserve our voices. Because what if you have another session that day, or you're doing, you know, 3 or 4 other jobs that day, like, you know, and you've destroyed your voice in this one session. You know what I mean? So that's important to be careful on. What's one thing you wish you would have known before starting voice acting? Really, I was really blessed and fortunate to have had some really good teachers. My journey was long and arduous, but I guess if I were to step out of time and step back and be able to tell myself anything, it's just don't give up. Not that I did, but just, you know, be patient. Be patient. You know, don't get too hasty. You know, be patient. And that was the one thing that I didn't have a lot of. And this journey it forced me to have more patience. So, you know, that was the upside to it, that I did learn patience as a result. But yeah, just be patient. Good things come with time. It's like waiting on good food, you know. It takes time for good food to be made. But if you want something fast and, you know, and not so good for you, yeah, I rush into it. So anyway, those are my questions, and this has been fun. Thanks, Tim, for letting me come on and be a part of the show, and I hope to see you guys in the future.